Our ship just left Malaysia. In the next 26 days, it will cross the Indian Ocean, round the bottom of Africa, cross the Atlantic, and arrive in Spain. 10,600 nautical miles through two of the most powerful oceans on Earth. Many of you will never see what I'm about to show you. What the ocean looks like when there is no land in any direction. What it sounds like at night on the bridge when the only thing around you for 1,000 miles is water. And what it feels like when after 20 days at sea, the color of the ocean slowly starts to change. Because that means you are almost home. This is what crossing two oceans on a cargo ship actually looks like.
So ladies and gentlemen, we departed last night and we are still here because we have to drift. We have some spares and repairs which are being carried out. So I'm just trying to stabilize the vessel right here. You can see the TPP port is right here, which you saw in the night lapse. And today we have to drift here for another 2-3 hours with all these anchored vessels. But we chose a good spot where there is nothing much. So guys, when we are drifting, especially we have to take care of vessels like sailing vessels, which is this one right now passing us. So you never know when the wind changes and they head towards us. So I called them up just to make sure that they pass clear. And also multiple vessels like these dredgers passing us safe and secure. This is the Singapore Straits, by the way. So all busy channel and lanes are at that side. We are on the starboard side of it, all clear. So guys, that's our boat. For the technicians, work is done. They are just disembarking now, aligning the boat, and then we depart forward. So ladies and gentlemen, back to the Malacca Straits. As you see right now, we are overtaking plenty vessels because we are going to be going high speed to our next destination, Algeciras. You see a lot of my old ship, the C-class vessels, season 3, season 4, right there. And nice view. We had a good departure from that drifting area, nice and comfortable. Tonight I'll have 1 fathom bank. Let's see how that goes. So far, comfortable. And tomorrow I'll give you a route overview and what's going to happen during the voyage. I'll update you. By the way, our draft now is 17 meters, which is the maximum draft this ship can have. So we've got a lot of shallow patches which I have to be aware of during this transit. So 1 fathom bank will be another 6-7 hours. That is a bit critical junction. So hopefully, you see, get shallow. So more precaution. And this is a TSS, by the way, traffic separation scheme. You can see the general direction of traffic flow which is recommended. DW means this is what deep drafted vessels, so they can go in here. So this is the world map. We were here yesterday in Malaysia, and now in 12 hours we'll take this southbound turn into the Cape of Good Hope. So we'll be doing a great circle sailing, which is like around the curvature of Earth, not straight line, because this is shorter than a straight line. Then we take a turn up north into the Gulf of Guinea area, West Africa, head on to Las Palmas Islands, and then turn northeast into Spain, Algeciras. So total distance is around 10,600 nautical miles. Days, 25 days to cover this, or 26 days in fact. 26 days to cover this. Weather so far, if you see the red area, I'm going to simulate it and keep an eye on the red dot. So that's our position as per the simulation, and we are going to be nice and comfortable during the journey. So it's only till here at the moment, so within the next coming days it will keep updating. Southbound is always troublesome because of the Cape of Good Hope area, but then again everything clears up. Let's see how the voyage goes. In this voyage I'll do a lot of chief mates work because this is the last long voyage and I need to learn for my next contract, so I'll cover that in this as well. And so far in the radar picture you'll see we've got a couple of fishing boats like these, 1, 2, 3, moving at a very slow speed, so that's good. Not much traffic, quite comfortable. We have set our RPM to 72 revs, having 37% load on the engine, 26.5 megawatts. So engine telegraph is set to full ahead, more than full ahead. And yeah, rest all good. So far so good. Quite happy to be back on the long voyage. Knowledge sharing 101 with KSN. Now we are going to reach north of Indonesia in another 10 hours. Then we take a southbound turn into Indian Ocean. But there's an island here which is called the Rondo Island, and it is called the Island of Pirates. So I don't know how true it is now, but on the internet I saw it is still infested with pirates. The important part is there is something known as tsunami here. So I've been coming to this place for the past 10 to 12 years, not 12 years, 10 years, and I've never seen this tsunami. So this is something new which has been placed, of course, for early warnings of tsunamis, because these islands will get really badly affected if there's a big tsunami which comes in. That is something I wanted to show you. Also I made this PI, which is parallel indexing, so it gives a reference if whether we are on the coastline or whether we are north of it or whether we are south of it, in case something fails. So that is the purpose of PI lines. Ladies and gentlemen, next day we have entered the Indian Ocean. Outside life is nice and quiet. You can see wind is almost, no, not nil wind, but 13 knots. So sea is very calm, although it's raining quite a lot because we are nearing the equator. And you know about the ITCZ, the intertropical conversion zone. There's always rain around this region. So on deck you cannot do any painting or de-rusting work, but general greasing maintenance work goes on. I'll see if I can go out and show you what's happening. In this voyage, like I told you, I have to learn a lot of work which the chief mate does. So I'll cover this. Apart from that, quite happy to be back at sea after the hectic coastal. Now it's time to rest, but at the same time learn. So for future navigators, whenever you are on an ocean voyage, make the most of it by resting as well as learning your next rank, roles and responsibilities. Then I have a few instructions from the chief mate. So we receive some stationery which I have to get it up on the J deck, some PPE, fire pump use, and 15:30 I have to go and familiarize the new crew who have joined the ship in the last port. So I'll take them around the ship, let them know what the LSA locations are, firefighting equipments, their muster things, where to muster and all. By the way, every day at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, I get weather updates from the weather service provider. So I'm going to show you today's chart of what is the special condition. So today I want to teach you how we see currents. So you see the three red arrows pointing upwards. Those are adverse currents. And after 3 days, we're going to have favorable currents all along the way. I'm going to give you a live demonstration of the same. So if I go on the Ignis now, you'll see the speed through water is 17.1 knots and speed over ground is 16.4 or 16.3. So we have like 0.7 knot current pushing against us, so it slows us down. But this is only for 2 days. After that You're gonna have favorable currents all along the way, and as captain and as a navigator, you have to keep in mind these speeds to make the ETA on time. Guys, I'd gone on the deck. I showed you the weather was not very good. Lot of rain and heavy winds. So far it has picked up. It is the same day. I'm vlogging this in the evening time. So now it's back to 16 knots, but it gusted to 30-35 knots. You saw the big waves, the the water breaking in white horses. So I just covered that for you all to know that suddenly weather changes, and then in 3 hours everything looks back to normal with a nice beautiful sunset happening over there in that part. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the southern hemisphere today. The weather outside is so good. Passing a VLCC right now on my starboard side. You can see big tanker, fully loaded, almost 14-15 meter draft. And guys can play cricket on the deck of this tanker. I've seen a lot of photos. Yeah. So these guys are going to China and Singapore side. We are now officially in the southern hemisphere going into South Africa side. Otherwise weather is cleared up, wind is still there, but skies have turned blue. Nice and easy, good chill life, enjoying while it lasts. I'm right now in the bosun store, and since I'll become a chief mate, the main important thing is that we should have spares of all these twist locks which are put under the container, along with hanging stackers which are used in the cargo hold. And these things are something which have to be there all the time. Turnbuckles, lashing rods, all of the spares should be available at all times. So I had come to take a general look at the inventory. So chief mate gave me this task, so I'm doing that. And this is the switchboard for the mooring winches which you see on top. Sometimes they electrically trip, so we can reset it from here. And remember, rubber matting should be there all the time while operating this. Yeah. Otherwise, this is the bitter end of the anchor. If we hammer it, the anchor will be fully gone. That's the emergency hammer for the anchor pin, which is that one. Since we are in a sea voyage, we are also doing de-rusting of all our mooring winches. You can see de-rusting going on here, there. These are all the chipping particles, spot rusting. Then we'll paint it again. We've covered all our mooring winches with canvases to protect them from the weather, because the ropes are delicate. And we have to change one rope, which is of this mooring winch. Knowledge sharing for you all. At the moment, I'm doing ballasting of this number 1 tank, 1, 2, 3. That's because we need to maintain the bending moment of the ship, because we are fully loaded. Fuel oil is being consumed from one side, so we have to compensate for the forces. That's why I have to ballast. I mean, not I, but the chief officer gave me the role. So I'm right now ballasting, and this is our BWTS system. So everything which we take in from the water is treated first and then put in the tank, and everything which we discharge is also run through the BWTS, ballast water treatment system, and then discharged. So we do not pollute the sea, or we do not carry microorganisms from one place to another. So very important thing to have BWTS on the ship. Also, since I am loading just one tank on the port side, that is ballasting, the vessel has developed a slight list. So to correct that, I can go to my auto healing system and transfer water from port side to starboard side and bring the vessel upright. So this is also my responsibility when I'm doing this, that the vessel is not put into some danger condition because of list. So very important. We are about to finish the first week of the voyage. Today we had blueberry cake, and tomorrow we have a barbecue party for which everything is being prepared right from the basketball court, which I'll just show you. It's been freshly painted, then swimming pool as well. So tomorrow is going to be fun day, the Saturday in the long voyage. So you can see it's freshly painted, and last time when we did it you saw there were the markings of the coat, but right now we are still doing the top coats, so it will be done by evening, that is today evening, because tomorrow is the party. And swimming pool similarly, let me show you. By the way, I was showing you earlier that we'll have favorable currents. We do have favorable currents. You can see 0.3 knots with us, which was shown in the reporting, the weather reportings last time. Yeah. So you're gonna see it from here, right there. Freshly painted swimming pool. So tomorrow is gonna be fun day. All the work is done. Pretty excited. Guys, party has started at 12 p.m. in the afternoon today. I got late because of the barbecue part, but it's so good, man. I mean, feels so good. I just show you some glimpses of what's happening, also from the bridge wings, because this is where I can monitor everything. So you'll see it. So those are our tables. It's on the C deck, and on the B deck where the live boat is, that's our barbecue area. And we put foosball table, PlayStation, so many good things. Basketball, man oh man, it's gonna be 6-7 hours of intense crazy games. And then on the bridge we have games in the evening, like bingo and horse racing. So, whoo, oh, come on. We had a beautiful Saturday night yesterday. Good food. Ate so much that today I don't feel like eating. And I won yesterday on the games night, which was on the bridge. Of course, the duty officer was here, but rest of the crew, we all played here, like I showed you. And today we have crossed Mauritius on our starboard side, which is the right side, and we are going to cross Reunion Islands now. Let's see if we can see it from the camera. Wow, what a beautiful skyline today. Oof. These are all low clouds, cumulus clouds, like cauliflower shaped, and above you can see stratus, high clouds. So good perspective, good learning for meteorology Anyway, can't see any signs of the island Mauritius because it's quite far off. And the next island is Reunion Island, which is also quite far off. It's good. We don't want to come close to land because far away traffic is less and we've got open freedom to maneuver. So that's how I planned the passage. Hold on a second, guys. Reunion Island is about 41 nautical miles 41 nautical miles from us, and I can see the outline. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. There's a ship right there, and behind that you can see the faint outline of the Reunion Islands. So let's go a bit closer. I mean, when we reach over here on our track line, another 2 hours, we'll be parallel to the islands, and I'll show you, give you an overview of how it's looking. So great weather, great range. I mean, right now it is actually 42 miles from us, and I can see the coastline. Oof, it's intense. So I just parallel to the Reunion Island now, and you can see the coastline. Beautiful. Good to see land after 10 days, but another 20 days I'll be going back on land. So yeah, anyway, that's some nostalgic moments. Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway into the voyage. The journey so far has been quite busy because I'm acting like a chief officer. So I have my diary here in which I keep doing the tasks which are required, noting down what all things I need to know before joining the next shift as a chief officer. So many things going on. Apart from that, we have reached one of my favorite places, which is south of Africa. Let's first clear this up. Yep, so we are right here at this moment, rounding Cape of Good Hope. By tomorrow morning, this part of the journey has been finished and this is remaining, so another 12 days. By the way, trust me on one thing, people keep asking me how to progress in your career while sailing. So the best approach which I have learned is that to prepare for the next rank and be thorough with it. And you might think I am crazy, but having everything in writing is any day better than recording digitally, because there are so many things which we record digitally, like this vlog and all. So the informative things get lost. So I still prefer the old school style of writing things down and having a notebook, pen and a paper. So this is my style, and this is not just my style. I have been guided and trained under very nice chief officers, so they all use this particular principle of writing things down. And also daily tasks, whatever you have, the work for the day, write it down and strike it off. So it still works magic. Technology is good and all, but old school things always work better in my opinion. So ladies and gentlemen, it's the same evening. Swell has died down, wind has reduced, and we are near Seal Point at the moment. On our starboard side, you'll see some mountain ranges of South Africa. Here they are. So these are not the tabletop mountains which we see in the Cape of Good Hope area, which will come in the next 12 or 13 hours. But still, it's quite a beautiful view. The lovely skies and the coastline. Wonderful. I just came on watch and saw this heavy lift carrier taking an offshore platform. Just have a look at this, my god. Ladies and gentlemen, next morning we're just passing the Cape of Good Hope. You'll see on my camera, in the aft sector, the tabletop mountain. Look at that top, exactly like a table. No wonder it's called tabletop. So this is actually a view which I got from the aft. Usually it's from the forward. What I was saying was that during the voyages, usually I vlog the Cape of Good Hope from the forward side, like when we are coming from southbound going to northbound. But this is the first time I'm seeing it from the aft side. So that's why it looks more like a tabletop now. Incredible. Beautiful life at sea. We had some drills today. So I conducted that as a chief mate. I'm in charge of doing all these drills. A fun fact, we are right now having Beniguela current push us, and the speed over ground you can see is 18.7 knots, speed through water 18.2, so around 0.8 knots of current pushing us, assisting us. But the fun fact is that these currents are very cold. The temperatures have dropped outside. It is around 21 degrees Celsius and the seawater temperature is 18. So that's because of the Beniguela currents. I found a cool way to show you all how the seawater temperature changes with the Beniguela current. So I was just playing around with the software, found this grid. So you see generally in the Indian Ocean and the Algeciras current, it is a warm current, goes from north to south. So it is 26, 24 degrees. This is seawater temperature. And then once it comes near the South Africa area, Cape of Good Hope, starts reducing to 19, 23, 19. And here is the fun fact and the part which I was talking about, the Beniguela current. So 17 degrees, 19 degrees, you see it runs from south to north. So all the Antarctic cold water or water is reached even minus temperatures here. So all of that starts flowing in and it stays cold till about this area, and then once we come close to equator starts to become hot again, 29, 29, 20, 20, and final destination for sign off is here. So 14 degree, my god. Oh, anyhow, this is something cool which I saw right now. I wanted to demonstrate graphically and visually how it looks, so that you all also have a better understanding rather than just me talking about something which you can't see. Guys, a lot of you had asked me how does the ship's horn sound and where do we sound it from. So this is the sound system, vessel signal controller. Right now if you see the LED indicator is in the forward, I will switch it to aft and I'll make you hear it. 1, 2, 3, go. Did you hear it? Inside the bridge, so it might be not that loud, but that's how we do it. And then I switch it back to forward because that's more important. It's a beautiful day. We've got another 1 week to go. Came on the Monkey Island to do some of my inspections here with the antennas. So that's something which I'm doing right now. Thought of making a time lapse of the sunset as well today. And the wind conditions are fairly well. It is coming from the aft, so you can hear me clearly also today. Otherwise, whenever I'm on the Monkey Island, it's always windy and you cannot hear it. But I wanted to show you something which is important, which is the VDR. It's like the black box which you have on an aeroplane. Similarly, we have this on the ship. Along with that, we also have a backup, which is the VDR EPIRB. So in case the ship sinks, this will automatically come up. It's got a float-free hydrostatic release unit, and this is an EPIRB, emergency position indicating radio beacon. So some things which I have to check every month, thought of doing that. Also the magnetic compass, which is right here, I've already checked it, so I don't want to open the canvas again. Anyhow, let's go back. So this is a plan view of the forward section. So we have to conduct a enclosed space entry drill. So I was checking which manhole to open. So I found this one, number 11, which is in the forepeak tank. So the next drill I have to conduct. So I have to see where the manhole is. We'll open it, put a dummy test subject and try to evacuate it, making it almost real-time situation with weights in the dummy. So I was looking for these manholes. I found it. I'll attach the pictures also just to make you see how a manhole looks. So guys, like you saw, we have opened the manhole of the Fort Peak. I did the gas detector test. Everything is okay, but we'll keep it open today for the entire duration of the night. So ventilation keeps happening. And tomorrow we'll do the enclosed space drill with a dummy inside and try to rescue it. Of course, we'll have to see and practice how in real time it's supposed to be done. So it was my first time opening a manhole and testing all of this. Not first time, but first time on this ship. So good learning, and I wanted to show it to you all also. Ladies and gentlemen, one day to go for arrival. The Mediterranean blue has already started, and I just received a loading plan which is for the Algeciras port. So I was working on it. I'll just give you an overview of how a loading plan looks. So this is how a loading computer looks. Here these boxes, they signify the containers. These are our ballast tanks, and these are the condition curves, GZ forces, shear force, BM, torsional moments, then lashing forces. So all of this I'm doing it myself for real time. Once I check if everything is okay, I'll tell the chief mate, then he'll also double verify, so that it becomes like a practice for me. In the next contract, this is like the main bread and butter for a chief officer: the loading, discharging, stability of the ship. If you see, we can start having a glimpse of the coastline. Still it is West Africa. So you can see the small mountains, or rather I call them hills, coming up. We've got our sister ship Ellie Musk right over there. So once it comes closer, I'll give you all a look of how our E-class vessel looks from the outside. Right now this is how it looks from the inside, but from the outside we have to see it. You'll see and appreciate the size of this vessel. There she is. 399 meters, making its way. Looking really nice. The weather is also so good. So that was Ellie Musk for you all. Chief forward, anchors ready for emergency. Chief, forward all lines on break and finished.
Copy, thank you.